welcome to Zamak Dragway. Tonight we're going to be racing cars from Hall Call number 1. Mainly going to do this to test some changes I've made to the track. If you guys are following me, you'll know that I've decided to make some major improvements to the track. The biggest thing being an electronic starting line. So we're going to be testing that and a few other changes tonight before I continue making more improvements. So let's get started. Here's 18 cars from Hall Call number 1. These were all pretty much new in the blister except for I think 3 of them. So I'll get some cars lined up and we'll do some test videoing and racing. See you in a minute. Okay, first out of the gate is going to be a Corvette Grand Sport against a Roger Dodger 50th anniversary edition. The way this is going to work, if the car in the right lane wins, he will advance automatically. If the car in the left lane wins, they'll swap lanes and they'll race again, and we'll go by the difference in time. The reason I do that is because the left lane is faster. Anytime a car wins in the right lane, it'll always win in the left lane. So if it wins in the left, if the winner comes from the left lane, then we swap lanes and then we take a difference in time. Whichever one has the biggest difference in time will advance. So that's the way we're going to run this. Go get ready for the start and be right back. Alright, here we go with race number 1, Corvette Grand Sport versus Roger Dodger. Winner, left lane, Roger Dodger. So winner was Roger Dodger in the left lane, so now we're going to swap lanes. Roger Dodger won by 46 thousandths of a second, so the Corvette Grand Sport's going to need to beat it by greater than 46 if he wants to advance. 3, 2, 1. So Roger Dodger wins in the right lane. That seals the deal. Anytime you win in both lanes, you're going to automatically advance. And don't pay attention to the actual seconds on the timing, just the last 3 digits, because this timer is not start coordinated with the start yet. I push the button well in advance, walk up, and then start the race. So we're only interested in the decimal place after the seconds, so the last 3 digits. Next up in the staging lanes is a Vari 8 versus a Land Rover Series 3 pickup. And here we go. So that Land Rover was out in front, but the Vari 8 came back and got him past him on the big end. So the Vari 8 won by 16 thousandths in the left lane, so we'll run them, switch lanes, run them again, and see what happens. Looks like the Vari 8 passed him on the big end again, so that's moving on. Next up in line is a Studebaker pickup versus a Porsche 904. Got the Studebaker in the left lane and the Porsche in the right. So here we go. Wow, that Porsche is fast. So he'll be moving on. He won from the right lane. Next in line, we have a Volvo Gasser versus a 67 Shelby GT500. A pair of nice looking cars there. Alright, so we got the Shelby in the left lane and the Volvo Gasser in the right. Here we go. Oh, looks like the Shelby took that one. Shelby won in the left lane, so we got to swap lanes. Shelby won by 34 thousandths of a second, so the Gasser's going to have to win by a bigger number than that. Otherwise, the Shelby moves on. Here we go. Whoa. I thought the gasser had that one, but Shelby went around on the big end. Takes the win and moves on. As the cars move up in the staging lane, you can see the winners are starting to accumulate at the back of the line, getting ready for the next round. But meantime, in this round, we've got a Greenwood Corvette versus a Ford Ranchero. This could be a good race. Greenwood's in the right and the Ranchero's in the left. Chevy versus Ford. Let's send them and see who wins this. Looks like the Greenwood in the right lane won, so he's moving on automatically. That was a close race, though. So just to show you why I advance them automatically from the right lane, I'm going to go ahead and I swapped lanes. We got the Ranchero in the right now and the Greenwood in the left. We'll run them, and you should see that the Greenwood will win by a whole lot more than the 6,000ths that he won the last race by. So 0.006. So here we go. A little slow out of the gate, but boy, he comes on strong in the big end. Now look at that difference. Much bigger difference in time. So that Greenwood actually won by like 41 thousandths on that last one versus 6 thousandths when they were in the other lane. So that's the difference between the lanes, really. The next up, we got our Mercury Cougar Eliminator versus another Ranchero 50th Hot Wheels 50th Anniversary Edition. Alright, so we got some Ford versus Mercury. Ford on Mercury crime. Let's let them rip. Oh, looks like the Ranchero had no problem with that one. So Ranchero gets back in line to cool down while we move up to the next pair. So another Ranchero versus a Jeep FC. This could be interesting. So that Jeep's got a little bit of an advantage. He's riding up on the start gate a little due to a rock guard he's got on the front of the truck, but we'll see what difference it makes. Here we go. Wow. Noisy but fast. So Jeep FC moves on while we get ready for the next pair. The mismatch of the century. We got a big old Plymouth Fury against a Bentley Continental GT3. Let's see who really wants to win this. Bentley in the left, Fury in the right. And here we go. I think the Fury wins it. Fury in the right means they don't have to rerun. And here goes our last pair. Got a Chevy step side against a Ford Mustang in a nice Gulf livery. See if who wins the Chevy versus Ford. So we got the Chevy pickup in the left lane and the Mustang in the right. On 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Big win for the Chevy in the left. We'll have to take note of that time because we're going to switch lanes and run him again because he won from the left. Alright, so we switched lanes. It's probably not a necessary race, but we're going to run it anyways because that's what the rules are. But he won by a couple buses, 0.188 on time. So Mustang's going to have to really fly to win this one. Don't think he has a chance. That's what I figured. Big old donkey gap again. There you have it. End of round one. We'll be back with round two shortly. Alright, so there's your losers. And up here in the staging lane, we have your winners. Ready to go to the next round. Looks like the Chevy truck caught a break, catches a bye, gives himself a chance to cool down a little before the next round since he just ran. First up, we're going to have the Vari 8 versus Roger Dodger. We got Variate in the left and Roger Dodger in the right. Here we go. Oh. That Variate came around on the big end again, just like he was doing last round. So we swapped lanes. Roger's in the left and Variate's in the right, and Roger Dodger's going to have to come around by more than 34 thousandths in order to win this one. That was the difference last race. Oh, I thought Roger had it. He was out front. Variate came around, took him on the big end. All right, the next race is that little Porsche 904 versus the Shelby Mustang. This should be a good one because I think those were both pretty fast last round. Oh, that was close. 68 to an 81. 13 thousandths difference. That's about the difference between the lanes, so this should be almost a tie race coming back the other way. Alright, cars are at the tree. Shelby's in the left lane, going to have to win by more than 13 thousandths to advance. This should be good. Here we go. Wow, side by side, going through the 3 thousandths difference, but it was one in the right by that little Porsche. So there you go. Porsche wins 2 in a row, one in each lane, and he advances. But that was a tight race. Back in the staging lanes, we got 4 left. Down the Greenwood Corvette versus Ranchero, 50th Anniversary Edition. Ranchero on the left, Greenwood on the right, which is the far lane. Here we go. Gee, that was close. It looks like Greenwood got it in the right. Not by much, though, only 6 thousandths. Alright, here we got some old school versus old school action. I think that this one is what, a 57? Yep, they're both 57s, I believe, because I'm pretty sure that's a 57 Plymouth Fury versus a 57 Jeep. Let's get ready to rumble. Jeep in the right, Fury in the left. I remember that Jeep was laying down some numbers. I don't remember quite how fast the Fury was, but I know that Jeep was fast, so let's see what they can do this time. Alright, Jeep takes it in the right, he moves on. Alright, back in the staging lanes, we got 5 left. Looks like the old FC is going to get a bye. So we got Variate versus a Chevy Stepside. Stepside in the left, Variate in the right. Here we go. Oh, that was close. It's like the right lane won. Variate moving on. We got the Porsche 904 in the left and the Greenwood Corvette in the right. This should be a barn burner. Those are both fast cars. This could really be the race that should have been the finals, but it's only in the semi, so here we go. Whoa. That Porsche just smoked them, but it was in the left lane, so I'm going to do the math and switch lanes and see how much that Vet's going to need to win by to win. 89 thousandths. That's the number that the Vet in the left lane is going to need to beat that Vet or that Porsche by. Either I seriously underestimated how fast that Porsche was, or I overestimated how fast the Vet was, just based on that last race. So, well, let's see. Here we go. Yeah, Porsche wins easily by a car in the right lane. Moving on. All right, down to your final 3. We got the FC versus the Variate, and behind him is the Porsche waiting for the winner. All right, for a trip to the finals, we got that 57 Jeep FC in the left lane, and we got that good old mid-engine V8 Corvair Corsa in the right lane. Let's see who wants to go to the finals. Oh, we're gonna rerun, switch lanes and run again because the left lane won. And not by a whole lot, only 14 thousandths. Then that's about the track difference. This could be good. I have a big old Jeep ready to rumble down in the right lane. It's got to win by Corvair in the left. It's going to have to win by 14 or more. Here we go. Whoa. That was a blowout. I don't know if that car got hung up at the start gate or what. I'm going to rerun them just to play it safe. So either that Corvair is having mechanical issues or he got hung up in the gate. We're going to run another one just to see. That's more like it. Does he do it? He does not do it. He won in the left, but only by 3 thousandths. He needed to win by 14 or more. So your Jeep is moving on to face that wicked fast Porsche in the final. Since it's the final, we'll run them once in each lane, just because it's the final. You got the Jeep in the left, you got the Porsche in the right, ready to rock. Here we go. Ooh, that was close, but that Porsche takes them in the right. Normally that's an automatic win. Alright, well this should be going away by a bus length for the Porsche in the left lane now, after seeing him win in the right, but we're going to run it anyways. Last race of the night, here we go. Well, that was not a bus length. That was actually quite a close race. I'm going to have to check either that good old Jeep is taking advantage of that angled plow where he's starting up over the gate, or there's something in that left lane that I need to investigate, see if cars are hanging up, because that should have been a donkey gap. That was a close race. But well, thanks for joining me. This is my first ever test run of a complete race video. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave comments below what I can do to improve. I know there's a lot myself I already know, but this was more of a track test and a video test, and see how long it takes to edit this and all that good stuff. So appreciate you sticking around for the whole thing, and look forward to some more. One day this will be a track that people can mail the cars in to the race. So that's my goal. See ya.